I'm really excited to be your host. Over the past few weeks, our community embarked on a unique journey, the Film Pay Spring project, and this one have been really special. It's not like the other one that we did. We had opportunity to build our own version of a film pay project. So it's building a real world project with Masteringbackend MB project, and this is really a good one. So I'm going to give a project overview. Now, this FeePay project platform, it's a platform that is going to handle authentication, wallet, and transaction. The aim was to stimulate a development environment where creative meets technical implementation, giving each member practical back-end experience. Today, event marks a grand finale of that journey. We are going to be seeing creative interpretation of the paid project, different ideas, different approach, but one shared goal: to learn, to grow, to build something real. So whether you're presenting or you're watching or you're cheering for your teammates, your participation is what makes our community good or trivial very well. So relax, stay engaged, and let's celebrate the amazing work our members have accomplished. So once again, welcome to the Film Paid project presentation. Let's make today inspiring and memorable. Thank you. So we are going to, this is a great opportunity also that one of the team that's going to be evaluating this project, it's our founder, Mr. Solomon Essen. So he's already here with us and he's going to just give us a quick maybe overview of what Mastering Backend is. And I'm going to share also an exciting news. In our dashboard, we have added a quiz on some of the projects. Maybe he's going to highlight that with this. Mr. Solomon, please just give a quick overview of Mastering Backend. Just very quick. No.
All right. Thank you very much for the opportunity. Can you guys hear me? Please indicate if you can hear me. All right. So my name is Solomon S. Seme, and I am the founder of Mastering Backend. Our vision is simple. We want to help you learn backend engineering practically. We want you to become a great backend engineer by having, real world experience and learning in a practical format. So that is what we do. And if you check out our platform, you see that we have 3 steps that we use to achieve this. We have the learn, the build, and the grow aspect. So under the learn, we have courses, we have boot camps, we have learning paths and roadmaps. So you can take any of this and get familiarized with some of the backend knowledge that you need. And then under the build category, we have different products that enables you to build projects or learn backend practically. For example, we have MB project. So MB project is one way that you can learn backend practically. So what happens is that you pick a project from our portal and then you build it out following the guideline that we've already outlined for you. Okay, so each project has like a project task breakdown that you need to follow in order for you to build these products. So you build it, and then we have a meeting like this where we review what you've done and see the different ways that we can contribute to help you learn better. Now, recently, we also launched our own code editor where you can write the entire code on the platform and also preview it on that same platform. So we also have other features under the build category, which is Project 30 and MBLAN. So MBLAN is more like a gamified platform where you take challenges and move to different stages. Then under the grow section, we have interviews, right? We have MB interviews, we have mock interviews. In this aspect, we want you to actually be grounded to start looking for a job. So we give you access to practice different types of interviews, including algorithm and data structure type of interviews, also including project-based interviews where we give you a particular project, you go build the project, and then we give you feedback based on what you've done. And then under there, we also have certifications and community like this. So our community is at the heart of what Mastering Backend do, because we started as a community platform and we intend to keep that. So in our community, we share different resources. We have meetings like this where we learn together. So for this particular meeting, you're just going to look into what others have built. Other office hour meetings, you're going to be learning different backend engineering concepts and implementations. All right. So yeah, that is what Mastering Backend is. Thank you guys for joining this meeting today.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Solomon, for this overview. So we're going to move straight into the presentation. So we're going to move up in according to the people that sent their work. So we had up to 23 persons that indicated their interest for this project, and just few successfully made it and submitted their work. So we're going to be starting with the first person, Farouk. Please, you're going to present.
All right. So
Mr. Solomon, please. Yes, enable him share screen.
Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, go ahead.
Let me know if you can see my screen. Okay. So I worked on this project using Node.js and Express.js. And I followed the Figma and also the PRV and guidelines given to us here on the platform. So firstly, I worked on the authentication and what does this first one? So I worked on the authentication and I implemented using Maporad for my transactions. Maporad is a fintech provider, just like Instack, Pal and Apple Boys, Total based Nigerian. So this is their platform. So I implemented using their platform to provide bank accounts, cards, make transactions and all that. So while registering, I say register example 10. So while registering a job, the account is being created and a job is put in a queue on the backend, which is going to create the Maporad account for the customer and also upgrade the customer to tier 1, because tier 1 is the tier where the customer can make transfers and do other things. So that's what the job does. So after the job is done, then a webhook is called, which is going to update the database based on if the product registration is successful or it fails. So that's what this webhook is for. So as you can see, our customer is created here, and you can see he has an account. This is the US account. This is the US account, and this is the Nigerian account. So they give just like sample because they give sandbox. So they give random names for their accounts. So that's why the different name here. So that is for authentication. So I use GWT for the authentication system. This is my token and I can log in. So go to the get wallet account. So the user has to be logged in. I'm using GWT. So this is my retrieving the accounts for the user. This is the accounts like we saw on here. So I get the USD accounts, the NGN. For now, I just created for Naira accounts and USD accounts. So that is for the wallet.
Right. Sorry, can I cut you a little? Because we have other guys that are going to present, I think there are a few things that we really want to see as backend people, right? So first, we want to see the results that you are getting with your Postman. Each feature that you built, you just show us the result, and then you can also show us like the code. Mr. Rich,
Okay,
definitely going to help others learn how you implement these features.
that's fine then. Okay, so this is my this is the route I created. I think I was showing you for wallet. So I use Prisma as the ORM and MySQL. So I think I'm showing you accounts. Yes. So use Prisma to find the account for the particular currency that I put and yeah, according to the scope of the project. Yes, so according to the query parameters of the currency. So that's what this route is for. And if there's account received, I get the error message, and I also log the error message. I have an app, I have a middleware where I log the error message, and it is going to be in my app log. Yeah, so it's any conversion.
All right. So let me kind of ask you questions and then you just show me what you
Okay.
did, right? That would be better, it will be faster. All right, so
Yeah,
let
okay,
me
so-
get to the project. Just give me a minute. So let's look at your card implementation, right? So if you look at the
Okay.
project task, you see a section for cards, right? So I think we are expected to
Yeah.
like allow users to create their own card, retrieve all
Yes.
cards, and then we delete the card.
Yes.
So show me the part where you implement card creation, and then you just explain what you did inside in terms of the code side.
So for card creation, the user can create a card, either USD or Naira for now. That in the dashboard, you can see the user has no cards. So I have to have
All right, I can see you don't have any amount. So show me your implementation. Let's look at it.
this is where we are verifying, validating the data from the user, from the front end. The user is present. The user is not linked to MapRad yet. If the user doesn't
Okay.
have a balance yet,
All right.
if the user's balance is not found, is not this was the error we just got. Because the user doesn't have anything in wallet yet. Doesn't have any amount in the wallet yet. So this is to create the card. After creating the card,
All right. So card service and then create card. Does it call your database or it called your service?
it calls my service. I have a service here, a MapRad service for card creation and
All right.
anything related to card.
All right.
It's called the service.
So I see a few things that you could have improved. First of all, looking at the way your application is structured, I think you simply just added everything inside a route, which works. But I think this method is not going to be what you would do if you're working in a company, right? You have to like structure the project better than this. But because it works, so that makes sense. But in terms of structuring the project, you would have, used, I think the popular one is where we have controllers, models,
Yes.
and then we have, yeah. So that MVC kind of structure. So I believe that would have been a better way for you to structure this, right? But because it works, it makes sense. And then let's look at your validation. I see that you didn't really put much effort into validating the input that is
Yes,
coming.
true. I could have used something better. I know, and I think it's just because it's just kind of a rush. Whenever I have time to do something, I just okay, let me just quickly do this. That's why. But I'm noting it down in case of next time. I know I could have used better validation like joy and this sort or something. Yeah, but noted.
All right. Obviously, there are lots of other things that I would have pointed out, but because of time, and I can't see your full code, right? So, but these are some of the things that I know that you should just improve. So first of all, you should have like a good structuring, and then you should never trust anything that comes from the front end. And then another thing I see is, did you test? Did you write any tests?
Yeah, I wrote test, but it's not completely. I wrote some tests, but not completely. That's my test.
All right. So that works. So if you think that you did great, I happen to do research and then discover using the service that you used. That makes a lot of sense. That is good. And then having to make the projects work, at least no matter the structuring, I see that you are having information coming, which is also a good one. So kudos on your part. Okay.
Thank you.
All right.
Okay.
So you can look at the chats. Someone is dropping recommendations for you.
Thank you very much. I think we should just clap for Farouk. He has really done a great job. Thank you so much, Farouk. And you did a great job. So the next person
Thank you.
is from our list is Omar Farobi. Please, if you're here, you can present your project. Are you here? So we're just going to leave that. Onyedikachi, oh no, please. You're going to present now while we're waiting for Omar Farobi. Onyedikachi.
All right.
Onyedikachi, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can
Okay.
hear you.
Yeah.
Thank you, Blessing. Give me a moment to set up my PC so when I share my screen. All right. Good day, gentlemen and ladies. My name is Moi Gachi Ono. So I'm here to present my own submission for the FinPay project. So this is the PLD for the document for the project, and then it contains everything that was expected for the project to be a success, including the objective and the technical requirement. So I'm currently waiting for my EC2 to start up so I can get the link and start presentation. Give me a moment, please. So in the last move, I moved my posting from render to Amazon AWS because of I was having issue with the email verification system. For some reason, the email system is not supported on the free version of either Railway or Render. So I had to move the project to city container. So it would be easier to test why it's so one moment. Please. All right. So my project, I called it Swipe. And instead of the pay that it was originally called, so I put a little, it's the landing page, and it's supposed to take us to the API docs. The API docs linked to this project is on Swagger, which is still a little bit not completed. So I'm going to test this project and Postman. So here is the project documentation right here. So the project is designed to assist in payments method, creating invoice and strength, doing basic transactions. So the first thing I implemented on this project is the authentication process. So using the project guide, I was able to put as close as possible to what when I run the register import, the API / register. It does some basic information here. When I run it, I'm going to get an email. The email is going to get me to verify my email address. Let me run this. So when I send this request here, it's going to create an account for me, and I'm going to get an email, which I'm going to use to verify the email address. Without verifying the email address, I cannot proceed with every other thing. So,
Yeah. So you're
Yeah.
presenting like a white screen, so we are not able to see your Postman.
1 minute, let me see if I can send it. How is it now?
Can you make it full screen or something?
Okay.
Yeah, that works, but it's still blurry. But this is better than before.
Sorry, I need to change this IP address. I don't know. Change the website. All right. So when I send the request to the endpoint, it has created the user, and the verification for this user is not yet verified. So in a few minutes, the email is going to drop. Then I can now verify the account by copying the verification to running it on this endpoint, verified endpoint. Then I can now proceed to send the rest of the description. Just give me a moment to get the mail. Mail is here to arrive. So the email just arrived. So I'm going to copy the verification token and I'm going to paste it here instead of this. So this is the verification. I'm going to verify the email. So once I send this, the email is going to be verified from not verified to now. So the email is verified. So other endpoint that I have on my authentication system include things like recent verification mail in case it expired or you didn't get it the first time. Then log out, forget password when you can't remember your password, reset password if you want to change the password, and then change password. You don't need to, and you need to be authenticated for you to use this and change passwords. Now that I've created an account logged in, I'm going to proceed to now that I've created an account and verified the email, I'm going to proceed to login. So the login is basically me providing the email license, registering and password. It's going to give me authentication. Since I've written a post script that will extract this token to my then swipe by environmental variables. So I can now proceed to test the rest of the application. After creating an account with Swipe, the next thing you need to do is to create let's call it an account, banking account, let's put it that way. So the way this is designed is that since this is not let's call it a live application that to be sending money to an actual bank account. So everything is implemented on top of Stripe. So what I'm doing basically is the account number, and everything is going to be stored locally. And for you to actually perform any transaction, either with card or anything, it's through Stripe payment services using the payment method as a bridge between them. I'm going to explain as I move on. So for me to create an account, I'm going to go under the account management. So this is where it's going to need. So the type of account, currency of account that I'm creating is going to be USD. The bank is going to be Swipe Bank, and the type of account. So the routing number we provided by the user, which I'm really considering making it randomly generated. So if I send this request, it's going to create the account, and you can see the accounts here, which will give us the account number and max if you want to maybe hide it from your front end implementation. The balance is originally going to be created as 0.5 and have the banking ID. So when you create an account, you can get the balances from here, get our account, get balances and everything about the default account. You can also proceed to close your account or update your account. So when you have an account, you can fund it using direct transfer or cash transfer. For you to use cash funding method, you need to create a card. So the card that is implemented, virtual card here it is going to create you the 15 digits card number, the CCV, and everything everything that card requires, but it's not connected to the international payment system for Visa, Master, and other ones that we know about. So what it just does is it's linked to a Stripe payment method. So that Stripe payment method is going to be used to process whatever payments, but within the app, you want to make a transaction from the app, you are going to be providing information, and the payments method is going to. So for me to create card, what I just need to do is some basic from you, then spending limits pin. So this pin is technically going to be the default pin. Then when you send it, you need the account ID, the account that you're going to be creating the card on. So different accounts can have different cards. So if you are opening a Naira account, you should also be creating a Naira card for that particular account. So if I run this, it is going to create that particular card for us. And as all these things is going on, I'm also receiving email notification. And I can also verify that since you guys can see my email, I can also verify that by going to the notification service here and check the notification count. I'm going to see that the notification system is working fine. I can see that I have total of 3 notifications, one from creating account, logging in and activating and verifying email also. So the 3 of them are currently not read. So after the card has been created, I can see all the information concerning the card. You can see that the 15 digits number or the 16-digit number is hidden for security reasons. So if you want to retrieve it, we have a reveal card number, endpoint that when you input your PIN, it's going to show you the card. So it has the user's information, the user that have the card, it has your CCV, it has your card expiration date as well, which is basically 3 years from. So come to get up, have more currently. I can click on get more and get up and I'm doing endpoint not for user. So if not an admin, you cannot use this particular endpoint. So I can see all kind of information. If I want to retrieve its number, what I just need to do is to run the retrieve endpoint. So it's only the card the full year. It's what I forgot to include is
Yeah, thank you very much. So can you move to like the implementation?
yeah. In this case now, this card that I just created doesn't do anything until I link it to this Stripe payments method. So once I link it to a the card can now be functional used to transfer to other banking system with the Stripe this live instead of the test. So when I run it, linking is going to be successful. Then I can now use this card and fund the account or other things. So the implementation you are talking about, do you want to see the code or I should proceed to actually funding the account or?
No, I want to see the code.
So on the, give me a moment.
Are you using a white screen?
Yes.
That's why it's blurry. You can just share only the VS code or something.
Okay. Is it better now?
Yes, I think better than the other one.
All right, so this is the implementation for this is my code structure. So since I'm using Flux Python, I have this structure, routes, schemas, models, and the services that I'm using. So from the route here, unlike Node where you might control Flux under the route directory. So here is the card. Here. So these are endpoints for creating the end for creating card here. So here we extract from and get the user identity because the card is going to be user identity. I have error management, which I think I can improve. I have the virtual card, which is going to verify the data that is coming in and ensure that the structure is an error, we get an error. Then ID and utility for utils folder here for generating account that generator. This is card numbers and some other generated. This is where I need to generate shuffle. Then from we have other endpoints, get card to sorry, not endpoints. We have other endpoints to get card to link card to Stripe.
All right, so sorry. Can you push this code? Let me access it from my account here and then I'll just ask a question. Then
Let me send you the
I think that would be better. Okay, so I would share my screen.
so the link is on the chat.
Is it this one I'm on?
Let me see your screen. Yes.
I guess so. All right, so I don't do Python, but at least I can understand like the flow. So let's go to like the services you're using, first of all. You have your email service, but let's look at the payment service. So which payment service is this? So it's Stripe. You're using Stripe?
Yes.
All right, so you're doing the implementation. This is good. Let's look at how you structure your code. So we have accounts for a user's. These I guess this is like wallet, I guess, right?
Yes.
Okay,
So I
so this
merged
whole-
account into the same model. So I just use endpoint to choose.
You use endpoint to separate wallet and accounts.
Yes. For example, in the requirements, they are under the wallets, they are gets exchange rate and other things. Then under accounts, we have creating an account, getting account information, updating account information. So I kind of mesh depending on what the user wants to see. I have points showing different aspects depending on the request.
All right. So let's look at when can someone make a payment?
to make a payment or for an invoice?
Yes.
No. What the person can do is fund a withdraw transfer, but the invoice system is not
Withdraw
yet.
transfer. All right. So let me just assess an invoice payment and then see the pattern you use in structuring the code. So you got the information and then you got the invoice. You return error if invoice doesn't exist, and then return an error if an invoice is already paid. Then you do the normal amount. So where did you validate this information that is coming?
The schema does.
The schema
Information coming from the user,
endpoint.
right?
Where is it validated?
On this endpoint, I did not.
All right. So as you look into validating your inputs,
Yeah, but
and then you
points in account and some other basic one, actually schema validates. The schema is kind of different from the model. So it ensures that every information coming from the user meets the expectation and throws the expected error in case it doesn't.
all right, that works. So here again, you try to create a transaction. I'm hoping that this happens after this code is successful. I see you're using a
Yes.
transaction. Makes sense. And then you do your notification. So one thing I can see is there's, validation problem. Maybe it's because of just this one. For other ones, you should look at validating properly. Let's look at card payments. So I don't know if this is a way that Python structures their code, but I'm still not seeing the MVC pattern that I talked about earlier, right? Of course, that is subjective. You can use any pattern you like, right? So for this one, I'm seeing some checks, and then you call your service, and then you option into a transaction. Now let's look at you getting something out of the system. So get card transactions. So you get the filters. So this actually gets the person that is logged in, I guess. And then payment intent. You use this to kind of filter by, get everything, and then you look through it and append it as a transaction data, and then you send it out. So, I mean, this is good, except maybe there is no caching.
Yeah, that's when I built this during the time I became leave. So the implementation of caching wasn't able to do that given the.
All right, so we should consider adding caching to make this a little bit faster. So let's look at, all right, another one, invoice. All right, so you create out the schema. This is because you want to create an invoice.
Some kind of validation to ensure the amount on the invoice.
Yeah.
When you can see the amount in the account.
So one thing I would add is, sorry if I'm cutting you. One thing I would add is this notification that is here, right?
Yeah.
It should be a background task, like a job that happens later or something. Do you understand? Because if you run this code, you're going to run all these, and then you're still going to run this on the same thread. So this should be pushed to a background, or you can use a job to do this so that it doesn't affect the load time for these other ones. So that's one thing I would say for notifications like this. And then, yeah, one thing that is good is you are using transaction. You can see that here you're using transaction, which makes sense. So if there is an error, you can easily just roll back without creating it. Now, let me look at how you handle a payment, one payment at all. Where do I go for that?
And go to, that should be under card payment.
All right, so fund wallet with card. All right, so one thing I want to see here is how you would handle double payments. I know your service here handles that for you, but at some point you might have double transaction while this one did not go through, or maybe this one went through once or something like that happened. So how did you handle idempotency or something?
No.
So I think you should consider that. So each request that has to do with, making payment should kind of have a request ID that you check if that request ID has already been saved before, or if there's a transaction that has happened with that request ID. And then you just not to do anything and return the response that was saved before, right? But if that request ID is kind of new, and then you proceed to like calling all these other things. So since I don't do Python, I can't really say much about how this is supposed to be structured. But from what I feel in terms of payment, should always handle that idempotency case. And yeah, so what you have here is good.
Thank you.
Okay. All right. So let's move to the next person. Do we
Okay.
clap for him? He did a good job.
Well done, Oyedikachi. You did
Thank
a
you.
great job. And well done. Everybody did a great job. So the next person is not going to be available. I think these other two persons are not here. Try reaching out to them. One person said he had an emergency that he needed to attend to. So that's it's going to be all for the presentation.
All right.
Basically. So from my this is where we have to give a honest review about the presentation that was done. So if actually you can drop your review on the charts so we can read it out. Then like also but of course we're going to take the judges review. For me, I'm going to say that everybody did a great job, even the persons that are not here to present. The persons that are here, Farouk and Oyedikachi, people did a great job. I must commend you because the time frame was small, despite the fact that you had a very busy schedule. Some of you are working and your schedules are just so much, and you still worked on this project. This is really good. It means a lot to me. But from some of my evaluation, some of the things I noted from the presentation, you did well in presenting, but it just felt like you were teaching us the project. So imagine you're pitching to a potential investor. I'm a potential investor. I'm going to be bored with
Sorry
all of these
about
things.
that.
Yes.
Surely,
And
so that is how my load.
oh, I get, but I think you should work on that because it's gonna be somehow like I'm gonna be bored, especially if I don't know anything about backend or code and all of that. Definitely is going to be bored. So I think subsequently, if you're asked to present, you should just point out the main feature, main things that are attractive that the investor or the person will want to, that's going to catch the person's attention. So that is it. Also for Farouk, you did a good job in presenting. I also feel you should try a little on your presentation actually. Then for your work on Yedikachi, it was a bit blurring. We could not see. Thank God for Mr. Solomon that had to help. So next time we have to work on some of those things. And also I found out that some of your things were not properly arranged. You were prepared for the presentation. So subsequently, you should work on that. Your files and everything should be input and all of that. Farouk, you did a great job in concerning that. So thank you very much. So Mr. Solomon, over to you for your own evaluation.
Yes. Thank you for that. The presentational part were a bit low for you guys, right? I don't know, maybe this is like your first time presenting a backend project. So when you're presenting a backend project, especially to a backend community like this, right? So what we actually want to see is how you were able to do, certain things in terms of like the features, how you were able to implement them. So you can just tell or something like this feature, for example, login. If you click on this button, it logs you in, and then you take us to your code. This is how you wrote the login implementation. The reason is so that I can see the code that you did and say, okay, you didn't do this right, or this is the best way to write this login feature for scalability, for other kind of aspects. Okay, so we were really much interested in seeing how you implement a fintech or some of the fintech features, right? Like the creating of cards, making payments, and for other ones like managing your accounts and creating virtual card and stuff like that. So we're much interested in seeing how you actually did that, the code that you had to write for that to function or for that to happen. Okay, but of course, I'm guessing this is like your first time, so there would always be subsequent projects that we are going to be embarking on, and I want to, need you guys to always jump in and take these challenges very serious, because it's going to be very, very helpful when it's time for you guys to start applying for jobs. I mean, you guys have already started. Okay, so you guys, Onyedikachi and Farouk, right now they have a fintech project to their portfolio that they can show potential employers, what they have done. So that is for the presentation part. I am going to the winner of this round, and the award for it is we are going to give the person access to Mastering Backend premium account for 3 months. So the person would enjoy not all our courses, all the premium features that we have. Okay. And so in case you have any question, okay, concerning different things, you can reach out to me. Like, I am on the Slack group, so reach out to me. I would, kind of help you clarify some things, either about the projects that you're building, or maybe you want to try out Mastering Backend. Okay, reach out to me anytime at all, and we will be able to assist you. You can also submit this project for community reviews. I think we haven't implemented that feature yet on the new platform, but you can do so on the old platform. Let me try to show you. The reason why you can still do it on the old platform is if you upload it in the old platform, when we implement the features, it's going to also be on the new platform. Your code is going to also show up on the new platform. Okay. I don't know if this still works, but all right. So this is the old platform. It is at beta.masteringbackend.com. Just use your normal email and password or whatever. So we are having a problem. I think I've changed something. But I'm going to fix this, and then I'm going to let you know, and then you're going to submit the project here so that you can still see it when we implement that feature on the new platform. But nice one, everybody, and thank you for joining. So we are still going to have our office hour next month, and this time it might not be you presenting something. It might be a backend engineering expert coming to teach us something. So always join in whenever you see our call. All right, so blessing, back to you.
Thank you very much.
Sorry, there are some questions here on this chat. Let
Yes.
me take a look at them. So Ken is asked something like,
Yes.
when you said the schema handles validation, is the schema ensuring the user is entering the correct input and preventing SQL injections? So Onyedikatia, I think this is for you because you said your validation happens in the schema.
Yes, it actually validates the user's data, whatever the user is sending, and checks it and remove the extra space. If it's something that requires enumeration, it makes sure that you are selecting the right whatever the input deserve. Then if it doesn't meet the schema specification, it's rejected and throws an error. So you validate it. It's not exactly like Joy on JavaScript, but it's similar. They basically do the same thing.
All right. So I hope that answers the question. I don't do Python, so I don't know how validation happens in that language. So Justice here said, this is a general feedback for anybody at all building products. He said, nice job, but I feel before you start building, you should drop out the system design pattern, file structure, performance, users pain points. It will help you in your logic decision making. Just my humble opinion. Yeah, thank you very much for that, Justice. And I think that is the right thing to do anytime you want to start building any product. So make sure that you have a clear picture of what you want to build, also the structures of how things should be before you start building.
Thank you very much, Mr. Solomon. So I'm going to read out some of the takeouts that they wrote from what they benefited from, people and their challenges and what they benefited, how the project impacted on them. I think one person said, working through this project forced me to treat the code base like a production system, which was a big lesson for me as a backend developer. I've had to do more than just making an endpoint work. I had to build the supporting infrastructure, log inquiries, DSQ, cloud database, briefly shutting down request IDs, swag doc, development scripts, security groups, and see how all of these pieces interact. Debugging reward issues like case sensitive in my SQL migrates made me appreciate the operational side. Then he said that, in short, it taught me to build like an engineer responsible for uptime, not just a code writing feature. Then someone else says, this project taught me patience and critical thinking. And these are the lessons I learned from having to go about this project. I also learned to face my fears. That's good. Then someone said the project took time, but I helped him to learn system design and gave him an insight in fintech field. Then he said, I was not similar. The last person said he didn't have a similar experience with fintech area, but this project exposed him to more things. So thank you very much. Actually, this feedback shows that the persons that participated actually benefited one way or the other. So the Q&A we already had. I don't know, is there anybody that have questions for us concerning mastering backend? If you have questions, you can just signify by raising up your hand. If there is no question, then we can move over to closing and giving the winner for this project presentation.
Good evening, everyone. Sorry,
Okay, Felix.
Yes, I'm trying to raise up my, but it's like the function is not working. Yes, my name is
Okay,
Felix.
Felix, you can go ahead.
Nice finally meeting you guys from backend engineering. Actually, before now, I'll be trying to reach people, but I don't know if that people have not been seeing my mails or if I'm not sending it to the right email address. Actually, I sent to a couple of mails, I think a month ago, expressing my interest of how to go about backend engineering. For the I'm kind of new to tech, so actually looking for the platform where I could grow, my knowledge on backend engineering. I'll be following Mr. Solomon on LinkedIn and also on X, but I don't know. I've sent him some couple of messages, like I said earlier on, but I don't know if the message does not go to him, or I don't know, maybe I'm not sending it to the right person. So thank God, finally, I think I was on a few minutes ago on LinkedIn when I saw the prompter for this particular meeting. So I don't know what it's all about, to be honest with you, but I just said that, okay, this would be a good way for me to reach out to you people. Yeah, so I'm glad that finally able to see you guys this live and able to also interact with people. So, like I said, I'm actually new to the whole thing, and I just need a guide on how to go about it. Yeah, thank you.
All right, Felix, first, I want to apologize for not responding to your messages. Seems like I have like a ton of DMs that is giving me headache if I look at it. So please, I think the best way that you can reach me is if you're on the Slack community, you can send me a direct message I think there's a problem with that Slack because I have two names, Solomon, Solomon, and it
Yes.
might send you the wrong one. All right. So I will just drop my email, just send it to my email, and I'll show you a proper communication channel with me then. So yeah, so this would be a quick response to getting you to talk to me directly. I also see another question from Justice. How can we participate in the next phase of tax? So the community manager is going to drop like the next project, and you can follow along from there. So it's always happen in the community. For those of us who are not on the community, if you look at this chart, you will see a link to join masteringbackend.com/community. So you can join the community there, and then you get all the announcements that will be happening.
Thank you very much, Mr. Solomon. Felix, I want you to also join the community. Once you join, send me a message, work from blessing, send me a message on Slack. Then Justice, send me a message on Slack so that I'll be keeping you updated, because I know I send a lot of persons messages, I send them DMs to check up on them. So just send me a message on Slack. If you're not in Slack, you can join. If you're in Slack, please send me a message on Slack so that I can be reaching out to you. Maybe send a reminder also when the next project will be up. Farouk, you're raising up your hand. Please, you can ask your question.
Good evening, everyone again. I think the first time I heard about mastering backend, yeah, I heard about the platform that projects have. What I expected was something, I don't know if that is the vision or just in my expectation. What I expected was having, as a backend engineer, usually we do not like build UIs of things that we are trying to build. So I expect, just like we did a big project, yeah, there is the guideline, quite all right. There is the Figma design, but there is no actual UI that we can plug in our endpoint on and see if it's working like we want it to work. So I don't know if it is in the works or it's not in the plans, but I'm just saying that was my expectation. So I would suggest or recommend that something like that as my.
All right.
Okay, thank you, Farouk.
Yeah, thank you for that. My bad, I didn't really present to you guys how the project interface actually looks like. I only talked about MP project. So the idea is exactly what you explained. So we are working on a platform where we have a code editor where you only write, the backend codes, and then the front end is already built and deployed for you to just test out your code. So I can show you like a demo right now. Let me just quickly do that. So that you see. So this is what we have right now, right? And if you look here, this is where you can write your code. So you can just write your code right here, and you can preview the front end. So the front end is going to be here. You can preview it here, and you can run the project right here. So this is not fully activated or functioning properly. We are still working on it. And once it's done, of course, it's going to be announced. But the idea that you talked about is exactly what we are building. Okay. So thank you very much, guys.
Thank you, Farouk, for that. So Mastering Backend we're working on lots of features, which is going to serve everybody better. So please just be with us, and we're moving gradually, and we will get there. So we're done with that question. So Mr. Solomon, over to you. Just announce the winner for this project. And we have already said that right from the first day, I talked about the reward that is going to be given to this person. So you're going to be given a pro version of our dashboard where you can do everything, lots of things that you want to do. So Mr. Solomon is going to be announcing the winner for this project. Thank you, everybody. Even if you didn't win, that does not mean that you should be biased. You just have to keep working on yourself and keep learning. You're building up your portfolio. So in case you apply for a job, you're looking for a job, you have something to present. So Mr. Solomon, please announce the winner, and I'm going to take the closing remark.
So I think the winner should be announced in
You think?
in Slack channel. So that's where it's going to happen.
Okay.
All right, so you can just go ahead with your closing remark. We are going to make the announcement on the Slack channel so that everybody can actually have access to it.
So first of all, thank you, Onyedikachi, for joining. I know you had a very busy schedule. Thank you, Farouk, and everybody that joined us. I was on their DN. I was on your neck. The persons that joined through our social media handles, thank you for joining. So this is recorded and is going to be sent out to our YouTube channel. So for persons that could not join, they can just go and watch it, which we're going to be on our YouTube channel on Slack. So in case you can just go watch it. Please, if you're not following us on our social media handles, please follow us on Instagram, follow us on LinkedIn, follow us on X, follow us. You're not in Slack or on Slack, please join our Slack community. The link is already on the chat box. Please check it out and follow us. Today is truly have been inspiring, showcasing of creativity, innovation, and dedication. From each presentation, we saw how everyone that participated in this film paid project challenge, and how it turned out something unique. It was just something we just wrote and people carried it out and it came out unique, bringing your own ideas, your logic and problem solving approach to life reward project. This spring was all about learning by building, and you all proved that growth happens when we step out of our comfort zone and get our hands dirty with reward projects. So everyone who participated, whether you completed your MVP or are still refining your build, you have taken a huge step forward in your backend development journey. Every line of code, every bug fixed, and every new concept learned counts as progress. A big thank you to Mr. Solomon, our founder. Thank you so much for always having our back and supporting the Slack community, supporting our community, all the community members that joined. Thank you so much. Some of you that are not also our community members that joined through our socials, thank you very much. Today was a success show. Your time, your feedback and encouragement. And of course, thank you to Masteringbackend team for creating this space where backend developers can go, connect and build together. As we close, I encourage you all to keep building, keep learning, and keep sharing your journey. Remember, every great engineer started exactly where you are today. Congratulations once again to all that presented and participated in this journey. So our next office hour will be communicated to us in our Slack community, our Slack channel. Thank you very much for participating. God bless you. So we are going to be ending the meeting. Thank you to everybody. Also, please, I'm begging, I know that we have lots of tight schedules. Let's endeavor to participate and engage in our Slack channel. Thank you.